pass from here. Do you see all this crowd? They all came here to see the Sultan. Every city he enters closes. A large number of people came. All people of the city, which is located in southern Brunei, were at the borders with Malaysia now. Right at the borders, a country whose name is associated with many stories that resemble legend. It's just got out of a helicopter from the mosque inlaid with gold to the Sultan's palace. Check out the welcoming. It's suitable for sultans. This is Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah celebrating with his people, and he's among the richest in the world. And this is his son Metin, a person who's loved on social media. But the question is, how rich is this country? Oil and gas. Today we've arrived at a wondrous country, Brunei, the Abode of Peace, in Southeast Asia. On the third largest island in the world. A country as organized as Singapore and Dubai. And its Sultan's palace, among the richest in the world. Finally, guys, we've arrived at Brunei. It is among the richest countries in the world, a country whose name is associated with many stories resembling legends. The Sharia bill, their decision to apply the Islamic Sharia in 2019 has made headlines in the Western world. But it's hard to get to it. Its visa takes 3 months, so I've decided to get a transit visa, which only gives me 72 hours. We've just arrived at Brunei with our friend Ahmad. You're living in Brunei?
Yes, I live in Brunei.
What?
Enjoying sights every day.
And we're going straight now to see the Sultan. Yeah, you can see him here normally because we've arrived here by his birthday. His birthday lasts for 15 days. And for 15 days, the whole country celebrates in a way that I've never seen in any other country. So any province you go to, you'll find the same thing. And the Sultan will pass from here and you can greet him. So the whole society has gathered here in this city today. All the country celebrates and new markets open. You see these yellow banners? All shops hang these yellow banners that read, "Happy Birthday." Of course, here you'll find clean streets. It feels like Singapore or Dubai. Look, its streets are clean and they're very high class. It's a developed country. They built a bridge like this. It only opened in 2019, 30 kilometers long. You can't see its ending at all. It connects 2 islands inside Brunei. But God gave many blessings to this country. He blessed them with oil. We've arrived at an area called Syria. In this area, they discovered oil in 1929. And you'll see a monument now, but before that, check out what's written here. The Oil Provider, 1930. They put a picture of a mosque and a picture of what's known as humpjack. They extracted oil in 1929 by the company of Shell. And this monument here, you see it? It was a celebration when they reached 1 billion barrels. Here, by the South China Sea, it is the main source of income for this country, in addition to gas. And what's on top of the monument is a symbol of prosperity. 2 lines symbolize oil flow. Brunei, the Abode of Peace. Do you know Shell of gas stations? A company of oil. It's a British company. It was the one that extracted oil in this country. The only gas stations company here is Shell in the whole country. A celebration of 1 billion barrels. This country is very small and it has 2 separate parts in this island that's called Borneo, the 3rd largest island on the planet.
Borneo is the 3rd largest island in the world. On its northern coastline is the British protected Sultanate of Brunei.
Between these 2 parts, there's Malaysia. You have to cross the borders to get to the other side until they built this bridge in 2019. An unusual bridge that is 30 kilometers long. The Sultanate of Brunei in its prime was an empire that spread to the Philippines and Vietnam and to a large portion of Malaysia.
Brunei's history became dominated by the arrival of European seafarers. First the Portuguese, then Spanish, and finally the British.
Then it was conquered by Britain for 100 years, and oil was discovered later.
After the discovery of oil,
it got independent from Britain in 1984. And that is only what's left of it now. Brunei, the Abode of Peace. By getting independent from Britain in 1984, this half-a-million people country has inspired wonder in the world, in a lot of its matters, especially wealth and riches.
Deep inside, a heart beats faster as the oil streams forth. Soon, peaceful, unassuming Brunei will be very rich.
And the legendary wedding ceremonies for the Sultan's sons and daughters that cost millions of dollars, the Sultan's interest in gold and his use of it in his personal life, and his ownership of thousands of personal vehicles and a number of private jets that are furnished with gold, until it seemed like one of the stories of 1,001 Nights. Then the Sultan's decision to apply the Islamic Sharia, setting the limits and banning alcohol. The stories in this country are written in gold and diamonds. That's the story of wealth that came from oil and gas. Gold is everywhere, and the palaces are golden. Like this palace, Sultan's Palace. Okay guys, come and let me show you this palace. It's called Nurul Imam Palace. Yes, you can take pictures of Sultan's Palace, an unusual palace. You won't see it anywhere else. It costs a whopping $1.4 billion. It's in the Guinness Records. Yeah. This is where the Sultan lives, the largest residential palace in the world. And it's the official residence of the Sultan and his family. This only opens 3 days a year for the public, for regular people to enter. And they're the last days of Ramadan, and it's closed for the rest of the year because this is where the Sultan lives. It sits on an area of 200,000 square meters with 1,788 rooms, a dinner hall that can take 5,000 guests, and a mosque that can take 1,500 people. And the garage, they can take 110 cars. He has suites of gold, mashallah. May Allah bless them all. Like the stories of 1001 Nights, legends. He lives here behind me. One of the legends that people tell. All in gold. This is a museum of the royal family. Do you see this carriage? This carriage is covered in gold. This is the Golden Sultan carriage. When he was crowned as a sultan, the one existing now, more than 40 people carried him on this carriage. Just imagine, it was a show of gold. It was. Look at the tiger heads. All golden. It's circled, you can't pass through this line. This country is so calm and peaceful, almost empty. Feels like the most calm country in the world. Okay guys, come with me. It's the mosque with the golden dome, Sultan Omar Ali Mosque. The father of the current sultan. The dome is covered with pure gold leaves. These chandeliers are brought from England. And the finest Italian marble. It's an icon. When you see the river next to it, the frame, and the floating village next to it, the city here, the civilization, you'll see the beauty of the mosque. I don't know how I feel. It was built in 1958 in Southeast Asia. Imagine. The Philippines is next to us. We're in Borneo Island. It's not Malaysia, it's Brunei. The language here resembles Malay, but the accent is different. May Allah accept our good deeds. Right behind us is another mosque, a very popular one. The current Sultan Mosque, Hassan al-Bolkiah. We'll pray Friday prayer in it now. The percentage of Muslims here in Brunei is 78%. Brunei, the Abode of Peace. How beautiful are its yards, like Andalusia back in the day. Peace be upon you. Peace be upon you. A large number, but they don't speak Arabic, they speak Malay. Look, that's what you see when you enter a fountain. Number 29. Remember this. Why? When the Sultan was crowned, he was number 29. But there are small minarets, 20 minarets exactly. Welcome to one of the largest, most luxurious hotels in Asia. It's called the Empire. An empire. It has 360 rooms. It's not a regular hotel. In year 2000, it became a residential hotel. This hotel used to host all of the world's presidents. It has a view of the South China Sea. an area which we told you is the most dangerous area in the world. It has 9 pools and the largest and most luxurious cinema wing. It's 660 square meters large. How many escalators? This is the 3rd. Till now, imagine. Feels like a mall. I've never seen windows this big. It should be 7 stars, but it's 5 stars because they don't serve alcohol. Alcohol is forbidden in this country, even smoking is forbidden. They apply the Sharia. There's a whole building called Sharia building. This building behind me is called Sharia building. This country applied Sharia in 2019 and announced it worldwide, so the whole world stood against it. The British also have a strong influence in this country, so they made headlines worldwide. Now they stopped working with it. They didn't announce that, but they don't apply it anymore. So one of the strange stories in this country, this is Raja Young Mausoleum, guys. This is a grave of 2 people here. They were imprisoned here for many years in the middle of the city. The Sultan sentenced them for prison underground as a punishment because they committed an immoral relationship and they belonged to the royal family. People waited for smoke to appear because they cooked, but when the smoke stops, it means that they're dead.
Of legends in Brunei. First of all, there's this rock. There was a little boy living with his mother. He decided to travel. After he came back, he left his mother. His mother prayed, God punish you. As he was in the boat, this rock fell on his boat. And it killed him, as you can see. And there was a lot of storms and other things. So there's a large number of legends here.
We entered the water village. It's one of the biggest water villages in Southeast Asia. Okay guys, welcome to the water village. Yeah, Venice of the East is what they call it. It's in the city of Bandar. Here, rich people live, and right next to them is the water village. They live here because this is where Brunei started. This was the capital, and they have luxurious cars parked behind. A water city in one of the richest countries in the world, Brunei. Look. Whoa.
You almost fell in the water.
39,000 people living in this water village. It's called Kampong Ayer. Ayer means water. The entrance of the mosque requires having a boat. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's written, always in service with God's guidance, Brunei, the Abode of Peace. It has everything, schools, museums, mosques, a billboard of a Chinese bank in the middle of the water village. Guys, we'll try a meal called nasi katok. It's very famous in Brunei, nasi katok. It's chicken with rice. You saw how they made it inside. It's one of the most delicious meals in Brunei. And it looks mouth-watering. If you see the chicken, it looks like KFC, but local. Nasi means rice, katok, which means when they used to knock on doors. Knocking on doors. Allah, nasi katok, mouth-watering, mouth-watering. In the name of Allah, one of the most delicious meals in Brunei. Wow.
I really love it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're Egyptian?
Yeah.
A brave man. He studied in Al-Azhar, HaTTab, and Rifat. This soup is very famous. It's called soto. It's a soup at first, a soup. In Brunei. Thank you guys for the hospitality. Now I became from Brunei, the mayor. The Indonesian soup. Now we'll try ampuyat. All Malay in Singapore, Malaysia, or Indonesia will recognize this dish. It looks like jelly. Jelly. In the name of Allah. Allah is
the sauce. Really, the sauce.
It tastes weird. Once you taste it, it's strange. You need time to get used to it.
You don't chew it, you just swallow it.
You don't eat it, you just swallow it. Right?
Yeah, I've just said that. It's edible.
They eat this every day, right? An official dish?
Malay people do eat? Brunei?
Peace be upon you. Very delicious, he said. Imagine shawarma with cucumber and chili sauce. Of course, all these festivities are because of the Sultan's birthday.
No. Brother. Yeah? No.
Did you see that? They're very peaceful people. Calm people, a calm country. Brunei, in the name of Allah. Wow. It's very delicious. Currency here is Brunei dollar, and it's the same value as Singaporean dollars, so you can use Singapore dollars here. Imagine, you can use two currencies in one country. Peace be upon you. Okay, as you can see, they bring shrimp, they keep hitting it like that, then they barbecue it. Thank you HaTTab for hosting me for 3 days of my visa, and thank you Epidemic Sound for sponsoring this video. They always support us, and there will be an episode where we'll go to them in Sweden very soon. All sound effects you hear in my videos and music you'll find in their website. You can get 30 days for free. It's the first thing in the description box. Thanks a lot to them for their continued support of our videos, and thank you because you wait for me for a long time to come back. See you soon in Sweden.